Hello ladies and gentlemen, Paul Chopper here, and today we're taking a look at the brand new hero, Wukong. Order and corruption, agile and elusive melee carry available Tuesday being 6th of June. He has a past with Fen Mail as well. They used to be travelling companions until Fen had enough of his immature nature and trapped him in a cave 100 years later, and Wukong has come to Agora to well monkey around. From the look of the video you would assume he would be a jungler or offlaner, but he seems to fit in the same boat as Seraphine. Hope people realise that, but maybe with experimenting he could still fit in the offlane or jungle perhaps. But anyway, in this video we're going to go over the abilities and show you a glimpse of them from the trailer, and I'll give you my opinions on how I feel about said hero. So first up is a passive / active called Control Aggression. The passive part of his ability makes him grant bonus card points to a random minion in the area upon last hit. The active part of the ability is toggled into an offensive stance or a defensive stance, which affects how his abilities work. So the passive seems a tad weird. They did mention he would be able to farm like no other hero. I wonder if after a certain amount of seconds a minion in a radius around you will gain a little extra XP and it's marked so you can clearly see who it is. That would make the most sense to me anyway. For the stances, it seems right away this hero is going to be very difficult and complicated to get used to for sure. So his next ability is Staff of Legend. This extends his pole arm. Offensive stance makes his pole arm deal damage and push enemies back to the length of the staff. Defensive stance makes Wukong plant his staff and launches him into the air with a directional leap. So both can be seen in the trailer, especially the directional jump, showing how agile and quick on his feet he can be. What surprised me here is the stances completely changed the ability, but they do make sense. Offensive for deal the damage, while defensive is to more escape and be elusive. His final ability is Cloud Walker, which looks totally badass. The passive side of this ability is that he can double jump with spacebar. Don't know if it costs mana or not, but I presume it works in the same way Kalari's jump works, thus doesn't go as big of a distance like Kalari's does. The stance will depend what he does after the double jump. Offensive stance will make the jump end with a slam into the ground which deals damage and slows enemies. The offensive stance makes him able to walk in air following the double jump, which you can see more clearly in the trailer. So again, defensive gives him more of that mobility, while offensive gives him more about that damage and utility. And finally we have his ultimate 84,000 hairs. Yeah, that sounds a tad strange. The ultimate is activated when Wukong strikes an enemy hero or structure, and it will create a clone of himself near said target. I presume with each hit a new clone is made. The clone won't move but will deal damage in a radius around said clone. Damage is based on the percentage of Wukong's damage, which I presume scales when you level up the ultimates. You can see in the trailer it can be done up to 4 times. I don't know if this is just for the flashy trailer, if it can be done more or done less, but we'll have to find out. There are no stance options for the ultimate, which is fair enough. So what are my initial impressions from the reveal and details given? He seems to be a very squishy hero that you're going to have to keep agile with. Changing stances will take time to master quickly, but sound a lot of fun and unique, and not too complicated once you read them all about the abilities, which is good. He seems to be the most mobile of all the heroes in the game, and I'm sure you can combo all your abilities together with your basic attacks to deal a lot of damage like a melee carry should do. It seems you're going to have to get near people a lot, sneak up behind them or use your defensive stance abilities to close the gap. Once that is done, his ultimate, and I presume his very good scaling basic attacks, will shred targets to bits. His ultimate may be hard to keep people inside the radius. I don't know how it will work or not, we're just going to have to find out on that one. His abilities also confuse me. Order and Corruption, very different abilities for a carry. Order gives him some armor and crit options and a few utility cards, while Corruption is more about building ability damage and penetration, with only a few cards for lifesteal and attack speed. Not many crit options here. Corruption does have a lot of utility options as well, like Scourge and Tails and Necrovile, which both could be great on him, so this may make him a more unique carry than others, which we'll have to wait and find out again for. I am slightly surprised that he is a melee carry instead of a true jungler we all thought. That's a bit of a shame personally. The last true jungler or offlaner would have been Grunt, and that was the last hero before Monolith even released. So it's been a while, but maybe he can jungle. I'm sure people will try out and find out for sure in the first week, which I'm sure is going to be very interesting. But that about does it for today's video. Do let me know, like I said at the start of the video, what you think of the new hero, and I'll see you guys next time.